What happened to Kortne Stouffer? That is the question a Lebanon County community has been asking now for a decade. The 21-year-old woman disappeared from her Palmyra residence in the early morning hours of July 24th, 2012, after a night of drinking with friends. She hasn't been seen or heard from since then. To this day, the case remains open, but not many clues have been found.
Fox 43's Alyssa Kratz spoke with members of Kortne's family as they mark 10 years without her.
It's been a full decade since Kortne Stouffer disappeared from this apartment on West Main Street here in Palmyra. Now the case has gone cold and not many new details have surfaced over the last 10 years. But Kortne's family has not given up hope that one day she will be found.
We just want some closure for our family, and we want to know what happened to Kortne.
It's a question Scott Stouffer has been asking since his daughter went missing in the early morning hours of July 29th, 2012. It all started the night of the 28th at Kortne's apartment, which she shared with her then boyfriend, who was on house arrest. According to a timeline released by the Lebanon County District Attorney's Office just last week, the couple was hosting a party and Kortne was the only person of legal drinking age. Police were called to break up the group. Her was also taken into custody for violating probation.
She took it to heart and got together with some friends that night to go out.
Kortne bar hopped with friends from Hummelstown to Harrisburg before returning to her apartment with a male friend, Cody Pruitt, at 3 a.m.
I really didn't even know he existed, to be quite frank with you, because I don't think he was a good friend. I think she just knew him from the area.
Police were called to the apartment multiple times over the next few hours. Kortne allegedly got into a fight with her neighbors, who she suspected called police earlier that night. Neighbors say she was screaming, slamming doors, and making threats. Officers tried to make contact at her door, but got no response. Things had quieted down, so police left. But the next day, when Pruitt woke up at the apartment, he saw Kortne's dog, her wallet, car, and purse. But Kortne was gone. He sent her texts asking where she was and got no reply. Kortne was supposed to meet her family that day at the Lebanon County Fair.
She always went with her brother, her older brother, and her grandpa, because they were showing cattle or goats.
But she never showed. Her dad says Pruitt was the last person to see his daughter.
Yeah, I was quite suspicious, but we haven't been able to get anybody to slip up.
Over the years, searches on land and in water have come up empty. Various people have been questioned, but no evidence has been found to give authorities any kind of lead.
None of it makes any sense.
A heartbreaking mystery that has left 26-year-old Kirsten Jennings without her big sister.
Not having my older sister there to vent to and just talk about just life and boys and my marriage, and it's just been a very open gap that can obviously never be filled.
An open gap filled with questions about where Kortne could possibly be.
I just don't hope that she's out there in pain somewhere. I hope that, or I don't hope that she's just being tortured somewhere.
And on the 10-year anniversary of her disappearance, Kortne's family and investigators remain puzzled.
I can only say the biggest, most suspicious lead I would have is the people that surrounded her that night. And that's just common sense.
And remain broken.
There's a lot of emptiness in the family. You know, there's a lot of, we try to hold each other together. That's all we can do.
Hoping someone, somewhere, knows something and comes forward.
To have to feel what we feel every single day, not having them here anymore. I just want them to look at it from a scope from our perspective. And just if you do know something, to please speak up.
Alyssa Kratz, Fox 43 News.
A $100,000 reward still stands for any information about Kortne's disappearance. Her dad tells Fox 43 he's considering raising that amount.
You can actually watch a full timeline of Kortne's case on our website. It's there at fox43.com. Now, in an effort to keep Kortne's story and name alive, friends and family will come together tomorrow for the 10th annual Kortne Stouffer Remember Me float event. It starts at noon near the entrance to Swatara Creek Park in South Hanover Township, Dauphin County. After the float, a celebration will take place in Grantville with food, games, and a lantern lighting. That event is expected to kick off at about 5 p.m.